Hey, what's up guys, Rase back with another video, and in this video we're gonna see laptops for every segment available on Amazon right now. The best laptops in each segment I'm gonna explain you, and what are the specifications you need for the kind of work you choose to do with. So for example, let's take starter laptops with AMD processor. So there are only 3 laptops in Amazon with starter laptop package. So out of these, let me tell you, 4 GB RAM, 4 GB RAM, 4 GB. So starter packs, their minimum RAM requirement is 4 GB. So I suggest you not to go for 4 GB laptops in 2020 right now. So we are gonna skip this segment as of now, and let's check the Intel processors basic laptops. So even they configured with the 4 GB. So tablet replacements, I think it will be touch with minimum 2 GB RAM. So I'm not at all going to recommend minimum 2 GB, but okay, we got one laptop which is 8 GB of RAM but 64 GB of SSD. No, never buy a 64 GB SSD. It will be already half filled when you get the laptop itself. 32 GB, no, never go for a 32 GB hard disk system. So starter laptops in Amazon, you never go for this segment. Even though your requirement is very low, I prefer not to go for the starter laptops. Now let's check the student laptops. Minimum requirement is 4 GB. There are both. Let's check the AMD first. So with AMD, you are having 5 laptops here. So let's check the everything is 15.6 of course. Okay, this is quad core. Okay. 4 GB of RAM. So according to me, as I told you, okay, all these are 4 GB RAMs. Okay, but what is the specialty? Student laptops. Okay, if you are a student and if you are going 4 GB RAM, I recommend you. It's not at all gonna be useful if you are doing any machine learning algorithms or running any complex apps like Android Studio or okay, even Anaconda, or if you are installing some Python package also, this won't be enough. The 4 GB RAM is going to be literally very slow, and this hard disk HDD, so none of them is having a SSD, right? Everything is hard disk. Okay, this is having an NVMe SSD 256. Okay, 4 GB RAM, this is decent configurations at least. Okay, what is this? Okay, these two looks promising at least, but there are 4 GB RAM. In case you get a chance to expand these memory slots, then you can literally go for these two. Asus VivoBook at 38,348 and 38,000. So let me open these two real quick and see what the processor is. Okay, 2.1 gigahertz is the base clock, and it is turbo boosted up to 3.7 gigahertz. So if you are buying a laptop in 2020, you should keep in mind that your processor base clock should be at least more than 2 gigahertz. Okay, don't buy the processors with 1.6 gigahertz or 1.7 gigahertz. So if you generally buy laptops on online websites, you don't see these specifications, but make sure you check these base clock frequencies when you buy them. Even the RAM specification, they mentioned it 2400 megahertz RAM. This is better. Don't go for the 1666 megahertz RAM speeds in 2020 mainly. So onboard memory is okay. This is the best feature, upgradable up to 12 gigahertz using one sodium slot. So this is a useful feature. So if you ever want to upgrade this RAM, there is already one 4 GB slot occupied, and there is another slot where you can upgrade it up to 12 gigahertz. Like you can put an 8 GB. So 8 plus 4 is 12 GB of RAM. So this is one thing you can go for, and the other one is also okay. Both are the same, but just a color difference. One is transparent silver, and this is a good choice for a student laptop once you upgrade the RAM. Before the RAM upgrade, it might be a bit glitch. Don't go for the 1 TB hard disk one with just hard disk without the SSD. Don't go for it. It's gonna be really slow. So if you want, you can go for even this model. Let's check 3200. What is the base clock? Okay, 2.6 gigahertz. This is base clock is really better compared to that, but it is a dual core processor. See, two cores. So don't go for this. We don't want a dual core system in 2020. We want at least a quad core system. So I guess this is the same case with the other two also. Okay, 3500U is a quad core. 1 TB with 5400 RPM. Okay. Radeon Vega graphics. Okay, one advantage with this system is that it is having Radeon graphics, AMD Radeon. So what you can do is you can Hackintosh this system. They didn't mention the product entire specifications if this is RAM upgradable or not. Let's check that out. Okay, maximum memory support is 16 GB, but there is only 4 GB occupied. So I think there is another slot available. So this is a 2 slot system where you can keep 8 GB in the other slot. So this is also RAM upgradable, but hard disk is 1 TB and not an SSD. So if you want to spend 42K on this, okay, the processor is good, the same processor as the VivoBook, Asus VivoBook, but you are having an advantage with the graphic card. AMD graphic card can support Hackintosh or Ryzen Tosh. So Hackintosh is possible in these systems. So if you want to Hackintosh, or if you ever want to install macOS, you can go for the HP version with AMD Radeon Vega graphics. But you need to upgrade the SSD as well. The 1 TB hard disk is not gonna be fast for you. Even the 4 GB RAM, they didn't mention the RAM speed as well, whether it is 2400 megahertz or 1600. We better ignore this one for now. We can find some other better laptop or go for the Asus VivoBook in case you better want to upgrade it ever. And the 256 GB NVMe SSD, so that is going to be relatively faster compared to 1 TB of hard disk. If storage is your concern and not the speed of the storage or processing speeds, then you can go for the hard disk as well. But talking about the NVMe solid state drive, it is going to be real quick. Even the 2400 megahertz RAM is promising actually in this case, and it is having a hyper threading. In AMD we call it simultaneous multi-threading. Let's talk about the design ones. Okay, it looks thin and light, except the keyboard is a bit okay, it's not so bad, but it looks good at least. Okay, let's go back to another segment about the travel laptops. So I think this should be thin and light. Okay, thin and light is the concern about travel laptops here. Let's check the AMDs first. Everyday laptop and business users. Okay, there are two types in this. So there is only one laptop in AMD for travel, thin and light. 3500U, 15.6 FHD thin and light, 8 GB, 1 TB, Windows 8. Okay, RAM is good, but let's check the RAM speed if they mentioned it or not. No, they didn't mention the RAM speed here, how many megahertz, but it is a dual core, 2 cores, so don't go for it. Never, I never suggest a dual core in 2020. I have a system right here that is almost 2009, 11 years old. It is dual core, so never go for this. Business day, okay, thin and light every day in Intel processors. Let's check that out. Okay, we have too many choices. Okay, so we're gonna classify them right now. Let's give SSD as our concern. We don't want slow laptops right now. And you're gonna go with Windows 10, no Chrome OS or DOS, and 8 GB of RAM at least. Also, display size, cellular. Okay, CPU speed we want above 2, right? But it is okay, 2.5 GHz and more maybe. They didn't mention 2 to 2.5 here, else we would have suggested that. And our concern is 50,000, right? Max. Let's go with 50,000 max. Okay, there is only one laptop in that segment, that is the Lenovo IdeaPad, 8 GB of RAM. Okay, let's check this out. i3 and 2 cores. No, don't go for it. No dual core, so come back. Let's remove the price segment and we'll see. I think we can get a better laptops here. We don't have the price segment. Okay, everything is above 78,000, so we don't want higher specs here. Okay, let's think about this Asus VivoBook again. So i5 8265U, 1.6 GHz. It's not about 2 but 1.6 GHz. I literally won't suggest this, but you can go for it in case SSD is there. It looks it feels fast, but if you are using any core intense programs, it's gonna lag there. it's gonna be delayed or it takes some time to process.
Surface Pro Intel i5 7 Gen 4.3 touch screen 21. Okay, the Surface Pro is a good system, but it's actually costlier, so I don't recommend it right now. It's not for ordinary users. So Acer Concept D. Okay, even this is a funky, create to look. It is a design-oriented concept laptop. Even this is a costly laptop, I must say. 512 gigs of SSD and 4K monitor. So if you are a content creator, this will be coming in that segment mainly, but not in this segment right now. So the first one we already saw is a dual core, so not going to suggest that as well. So nothing in this segment right now. So let's go back. I gave it answer. I think that's checking that segment only. Come on, go back.
So even the MacBook is here in travel laptops. Intel, okay, don't go for the Intel MacBooks in 2020. We already have the M1 MacBooks that are really fast compared to these. So go for the M1 Max instead of these. 50,000 ms. I think even this is having Core i3, maybe dual core. That's why it didn't show up in our custom filters. So if you want, we can just click on this and check the specifications right now. Yeah, it is a dual core, so don't go for i3. No i3 in 2020. Another point. FHD 14-inch 8150. Let's check this out. Again, it's i3, I think. i5. Okay, sorry, i5. It is an i5 with 4 cores. The problem with i5 is there are two models in i5. One is the 4 core and 4 thread model, and the one is a 4 core and 8 thread model. So this is the 1 GHz base clock, so don't go for this right now. It's gonna be really slow when there is any core intense program like Adobe Premiere Pro or something. So it's gonna be real slow. No i3, no i3, no i3, no i3. No 10th gen i3, no 10th gen i3, no i3. Inspiron 10th gen Core i5. Okay, Core i5 Windows. Let's check this out. Dell Inspiron 14-inch FHD thin and light. Okay, 6 MB cache up to. Oh, they didn't mention the core speeds of this i5 1035G1. Let's check this core count for this. So whenever you have the doubt what is the core speed of this, you can directly search for that processor in Intel website, and you can check the core speeds here. So the base clock is just 1 GHz for this, even though its turbo frequency is 3.6, but its base frequency is just 1 GHz, so don't go for it. So no Dell. ThinkBooks here, Lenovo IdeaPad. We just checked i3. So all these Core i5. Lenovo IdeaPad. Okay, Core i5 model. This looks good. Let's check that later. i3 and i5. Okay, ThinkBook. Okay, this looks 52,500 and it is a ThinkBook. That is an IdeaPad. So let's check the ThinkBook ones. 8 GB RAM, okay, no, only hard disk, no SSD. This you can feel the slowness, but it shows that 7200 RPM. It might be a bit fast, but I don't say. Okay, this is a DOS based laptop, so it's not gonna come with Windows. You need to install Windows in this. So if you are familiar with installing Windows on a system with the DOS installed, then it's good for you guys. You can try booting this up with the Windows when you want. DDR4 RAM, but the hard disk is the only concern. We want an SSD at least, but 52,000. Okay, not okay, it's a bit overpriced, I guess, but let's see the Core i5 210 processors base frequency. Okay, search intel.com. Can I search here directly? Core i5 220, yeah. Okay, base frequency is 1.6 GHz. As I told you, we need a processor which is more than 2 GHz. So no. The others are like i3, Dell Inspiron 5491 2-in-1 touch, i3, 10th gen i3, 10th gen i3, i5 10th gen, but it is above 50, above 50 for a 4 GB RAM and 256 SSD. No, I never spent that much for this. i3 Mac Mini, that is a total different segment. We don't want to talk about it right now. i3. Okay. So most of the products in this segment were travel, thin and light, everyday laptops with Intel processors are i3. That is 2 cores, so don't go for them. For business users, there is a different segment. We'll talk about it in a different video. So see you guys in the next one.